I'm a proud Peruvian. I grew up in Lima, Peru. My plan was to study in the US and go back and serve my country. At the time, it was a very explosive, dangerous, violent time. It was not a propitious time to go to Peru and establish a life as a young professional. So I always felt that I had been on my way on a flight back to Lima and that my flight had been diverted. That I was in an airport that was not my final destination. I was a Leadership Greater Chicago Fellow in 2008, class of 2008. Halfway through it, as I did the immersion, I realized I wasn't a visitor. And it wasn't that I wasn't home. On my way home, I was home. This had become my other home. And it was through Leadership Greater Chicago that I realized that I was a citizen of the Chicago area. And the question was, what am I doing to support the values that I believe in, to support my community more directly? I'm a transformational change guy. And I'm always in that space. And when it comes to diversity, equity, inclusion, my approach from the very beginning is to come in with an asset-minded approach. Whether it's your race, your sexual orientation, your gender, whatever society wants to call disability, how do you redefine it? Let's start there with what you got and what you're proud of. A lot of people start realizing that they haven't seen the color of their skin or their accent, right? Or the differently ableness as an asset, only as something that society has told them is bad. Once you start seeing an asset, the question is, how are you going to use that to bring transformational change, to move forward on behalf of your family, your community? How do I bring forth something about identity from people not like me? I don't know their story. I haven't been in their shoes. And I said, there's a couple of really simple questions you can ask. When you ask them this question I'm going to offer you, they determine how they're going to answer the identity question. And the question is this: what is one thing about you I don't know that you want me to know? Second question is, given that answer, if you could bring more of that to our work here or our community, and you had the permission and my sponsorship for you to have the freedom to bring more of that here, what would that be? And the third question is, what do you need from me to be more you? I work with leaders on helping them identify their leadership style. And it, again, comes from identity. But identity is also about our passions. And one of my passions is soccer. And soccer is a game of creating opportunities where there are no opportunities, right? And when we talk about transformational change leadership, that's exactly what it is. Anticipating what needs to happen, anticipating what could happen, and then creating the conditions now so you can either create that play down the field or preventing the play against you from occurring. So I'm always seeking, where is the ball going to go, or where does it need to go, and what do we need to do to be there and score? There's a really powerful saying in Spanish called ganas. And ganas, it means about moving and acting and playing with everything you got, heart, body, and soul. And that's what makes our soul soar. And that's what helps us bring the change that we want to see.